in our experience, the Sandville Self Help Centre, which has had this profound history within the community, you open the door and all you experience is the love. That's it, just the love. And everybody who's in that place goes there because they need some help on some level. It started as a Macmillan nurse and it was just for cancer. And then it grew from cancer to anybody experiencing anything, be it a physical problem, terminal illness, mental health, emotional, whatever it is, that door is wide open. This woman, that door is wide open to give and to serve whoever. The whole place is run by 92 volunteers. Gwyneth holds that on her own with the support of a manager, Gary, now.
And my deputy,
And
Peggy,
your deputy,
3 days a
Peggy,
week.
the other trustee, yeah. But 92 volunteers keep it running in service. And how that works is they come along because they need support. She's there, welcoming that in. And then before they know it, they're making a cup of tea for somebody else there. Before they know it, they're actually doing the accounts, or they're scrubbing a floor, or they're cooking a meal, or they're cutting somebody's hair, or painting their nails, or shaving them, or you name it, whatever it is in you as an individual that can help you to stretch beyond your experience of illness, pain, suffering. You've been held, you've been loved, and then you're learning how to give back. And the whole place is built on that. The whole place. It's absolutely amazing. And I just really want people to understand that that's what Sandville's about. That's what you're holding there, and that's what you brought in. And this woman and her incredible heart allowed the form to go there. There's, you know, you can't get the form into places because it's not known and it's a bit scary. She wasn't scared. And that's the relationship between these two. So Ken started 2 years ago, sharing the form there every week. She's open-minded enough to allow that to happen. Yeah.
Well, I don't call them alternative therapies. I call them supportive, because at the end of the day, I have to work with the medical profession, and we've had a lot of stabs in the back, maybe, and people not believing what these therapies do for patients, and it's taken us a long time, 29 years, to get what we've got to today. And when the patients come through the door, as you've just said, they have a problem. We don't say cancer, we don't say MS, we don't say Huntington's chorea, we don't say motor neurons, we just say the patient has a problem. And they come in through that door, the front door, and they sign. There's 2 ex-patients sitting every day, 2 receptionists, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, sitting at the desk, and they sign in. They do not have to be referred by GPs. We probably wouldn't have any there if we did. That's getting better. That's getting better. That's getting better. I will say that's getting better.
And also, I think that an invaluable part of this, though, is there's no price list for anything. No. You don't go, all right, it cost you £5.50 for this and £20 for that, and 8 respite care beds you've got?
We've got 11 in the
11
house.
respite care. You can go, you can stay there, and if you haven't got the money to pay, you're not turned away. It's run totally on donations, no government supports, no grants, no nothing, just heart. Isn't that right, Gwyneth?
Yeah. And I mean, we also have a lovely log cabin in the garden, in the grounds,
which we've slept in.
Which you slept in. Which is self-sufficient. It's lovely. We also, I think one of the best things we've got there is the hydrotherapy pool, which costs a fortune to ring, believe me it does. And it's just reopened now last Saturday. And the patients with MS, the patients with strokes, can actually get into that water on a lift and go in and actually float in that water and have the exercises. That's used every day of the week. And all my therapists are all ex-patients who do the pool therapy. But we do the reflexology, we do the aromatherapy, we do Bowens, and as you said, form is the last. We do self-hypnosis. The last one was the form. and it's been there now nearly 2 years, and that's has been accepted by everyone actually, the same as all the others have. And going back to GPs, and I'm not running them down at all, although they've been a headache all my nursing career, they are brilliant now.
No offence, doctors in the room who are going to see Sandville on Tuesday.
I was only told that yesterday. I run the place, but I'm not told who's coming to see us. But no, we have Dr. Harab, who is the head of the teaching of GP training for 3 years. For the last 6 years, he has bought, under protest I might add, 8 GPs every April and again in October, and they've come in as patients.
The trainees, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they're about to qualify in 3. They've done their training. They're just about to qualify. So they come to us at the end of this, and they have to spend a day with us as patients. It's become very successful. But I'm up in my therapy room upstairs, and I watch them coming in the car park, and I know they don't want to be with us. But once they come in, they sign in, they register just as a patient does. They have their blood pressures down, and they have the self-hypnosis, they have the Reiki, they have all. You'll be having the form now. They'll be having the form now. When are they? April the 14th. They're with us. So they have all the therapies for themselves. And then in the afternoon, after they've had lunch, I put a panel of 6 patients on the stage in our big room, and the patients all talk about their different problems, the strokes, the mental health, which is the biggest thing we do is mental health now, and they talk about their problems, how they were diagnosed or misdiagnosed, whatever it is. And then I turn the tables and the doctors go on the stage, and the patients then ask the doctors, what did you think about reflexology? What did you think about this? And it's a huge success, let me tell you. It is a huge success. We do a lot of education there. The district nurses come into us, all those nurses doing their training. And education is a very big thing that we do there. We have 27 students between the age of 15 and 18 who are doing their O-levels and A-levels, bronze, silver and gold Duke of Edinburgh awards. And they come for experience every Wednesday night. And they come in at 5:30, they lay the tables, serve the evening meal to the residents. They wash up, they clear away, and have a guest speaker every Wednesday night. And it's usually a patient or somebody professional coming to talk to them and tell them the history of what they're doing. And we have got 3 who've qualified as doctors now, and were with me at the age of 16, and they come back, and they always come to see us when they come back, because they said on their CVs it got them into university. So it's an overall, it's people get benefits no matter who they are, but not just the patients with the problems, the mother, the father, the grandmother, they can all come in, and we've got a big place there for children, children's play area. The children come too. It's not easy, and it's hard work fundraising, let me tell you, and it's getting worse. But our heads are above water. And as you already said, Lisa, there is a hairdressing salon, there's an education centre where we do courses. There is a charity shop, which you can't put your coat down because it gets sold. And we have the hydrotherapy pool, reflexology room, multi-gym for the disabled, a Reiki room which is completely on its own. The form now takes place there as well. And the log cabin where people come from everywhere. Yorkshire, they come from everywhere to stay for a week in between their chemotherapy and radiotherapy. They have the log cabins to themselves. It's kept, he's broke the rules and had it there. And then last thing we have got in the grounds is a little St. Michael's Church, which is a little Spanish church, a really lovely little Spanish church, which holds 45. That's been open 10 years. And we do services there every Sunday morning, and we do once a month with our chaplain. So I do the service on a Sunday morning. I'm the vicar. Can't do communion, so we have sherry in the bar. The bar's the most important thing. We have sherry and cake in the bar instead of me doing communion in the church. So, as you can see, I'd just like to go back to Ken now, because Ken didn't know me until he came there to do the Reiki. True. And has brought in many people since then. Mm-hmm. And then the latest thing, of course, was bringing Todd. A year ago.
Yeah, because I didn't learn the form while you were in Amsterdam, so I was just doing part 1 and 2 there, and then they moved to Bristol then I learned to do part 3 and part 4, and I told them about Sandville, and they wanted to see this place. And as you said, you came over that day and you went. And since then we've had 2 courses there, and the last one was 8. And to watch the people that were my patients now do it and the way they're changing is really, really good.
I've had one of my profoundest insights at Sandville. And when we first came, the first few times, I used to feel a lot of different frequencies and not know how to be in that and how to respond to that, because there's a lot going on in the building. And then one day, we kept coming and we were teaching there, and one day I turned up and I could do nothing but bawl my eyes out with the love. As soon as I walked in, it just blew me completely, who I thought I was, away. What I was experiencing was the resistance in myself to letting humanity in. It's a big one. To letting it all in, no matter what it feels like, no matter how I want it to look, no matter all of that all those frequencies, letting them in. And the love that opened that day, it was like, oh my God, what's going on? It was the love. I just couldn't stop. It just couldn't stop allowing that to touch every single little place in me that I didn't want it to touch. And that's all that opened was love. And everybody who walks through the door of Sandville does experience that love. It's profound. Yeah.